Well, mate, I wanted to start off by saying congratulations on this brand new single. I've had a chance to take a listen to it and I've absolutely fallen in love with it, and we're about to play it to our listeners for the first time, so congratulations.
Thanks, man. Cheers. Glad you like it. Thanks.
So, mate, this song is a pretty deep song. When you sit down and listen to it, it's about hardships and things like that, things that people can really relate to at the moment. Tell us a little bit about how this song came about.
Yeah, initially I wrote sort of the bones of the lyrics, I don't know, 3 years ago or something. I was going through a breakup and they seemed to sort of come out pretty easily at the time, and I didn't really workshop the song very much. I just sort of sat on the bench, and then I was going through sort of a list of ideas when it came to sort of releasing some new music recently, and this kind of reconnected to me, not as much as an emotional way as it did, say, 3 years ago, but also just relating to, obviously, what's going on in the world, and obviously people are going through some harder times than they probably thought they would be, say, 18 months ago. So, and then the melodies and stuff sort of, I was showing it to a few friends and kind of workshop it with Dylan, who I record it with, and so yeah, I just came to the conclusion this is the right song to put out, and it felt like the right time to put it out, even though I'd had it sort of in the woodwork for 3 years. So I'm really stoked that it's come to fruition and it's brought to life because it's a nice song.
So, talking about hardships, what's the last couple of years been like for you? Like, I know for us over here on the East Coast, it's been very, very difficult for musicians to get out there and do shows, but you've actually got a tour coming up in WA. What's the last 2 years been like for you, though?
Oh, look, in relative terms, very lucky. Like, it hasn't really affected me in a bad way. I mean, obviously, yeah, you hiccups here and there, things change, and the general way of life is a bit different now. But being in Perth and WA, our lockdowns haven't been as gnarly as other parts in the world, and East Coast Australia. So I guess it was kind of just an observation of an awareness that I'm pretty lucky in terms of the way I can live my life compared to many other parts around the world, and how other people are doing it tough. So I guess that was a kind of a branch out from that angle of the song. But the main part of the song is a fairly like an emotional. It starts from an emotional place where it could be heartbreak, it could be whatever, but you hit a low point and you can just bounce back and try your best to sort of refresh and get back on the horse, as they say, whatever it takes. So I'm just super grateful that we can do shows and function normally, and hopefully the rest of the world can soon as well, because it's not an easy time. My start of it, I was living in the UK about March last year, and then I moved back home due to COVID. So I was lucky that the transition was fairly smooth sailing relative at the time. I was lucky I got out before borders were shutting and flights were non-existent. So I was lucky in that sense, but it still was a bit of a shuffle around for my plans as well.
This Start All Over picks, to me, feels like the kind of song that people are going to listen to, they're going to relate to it, and they might reach out to you. Are you kind of ready for that if people start to write to you and say, hey, I listened to this track and it's resonating with what I'm going through at the moment?
Yeah, hopefully. Like, the general feedback's been pretty good so far, and that people have just written sort of small comments on more of the socials. Nothing's personal's come through, but I'm more and more open to chatting about it. It's one of the more revealing songs I've put out. In the sort of the details of say using a breakup as an example, but it also people can relate to it. Well, if they want to, and hopefully that's a good thing for them if they relate to it to a point where it's like doom and gloom, things can hopefully get better, and there's optimism and hope, and that's the power of music and lyric, where if people can use that as a stepping stone to something better, then that's awesome. That's really meaningful to me.
Definitely. And is this track going to be part of something bigger? Like, are you looking to bring out an EP or an album in the next couple of years?
I'm not sure. Like, I do have an EP sort of penciled in. I'd like to get that done. Yeah, and I'd say likely next year, but it's early days. Like, there's a lot of ideas floating around, and they need to all sort of be reined in and consolidated a bit at this point. But I'm super optimistic that I can get it done. That is the goal, but I'm not sure yet. So I'll see how it goes.
Definitely. And how do you feel about getting out there and doing some shows in WA? That must be pretty exciting and feeling like things are starting to get back on track again.
Yeah, as I said before, super grateful that, you can just bump into a few shows and get on the road and do stuff. I sort of feel for the guys over east that can't do that and going on and off of and also the nightmare of planning stuff. It's so hard. So this has been relatively smooth sailing. So I'm super grateful that can happen, and we can enjoy playing music, enjoy the community can as well, and I hopefully that it stays that way. I'm just really happy.
Awesome. Well, mate, we're going to play Start All Over on the show now for the first time, so our listeners are going to get a chance to take a listen. What would you like to say to everybody out there before they take a listen to the track for the first time?
I'm not sure. I hope you like it, and if it connects to you, that's awesome. Hope it brings some happiness to everyone. Thanks.